Hi chat, how you doing? Hope you're all having a beautiful morning, afternoon, night, whatever time zone it may be. It's finally art stream time. Woo. I'm still in pain, bear with me. And I told Hal, I was like, look, even if I'm still in pain, I'm gonna draw your emotes. And he got a little mad at me. He was like, no, don't do that. Don't draw them until you're not in pain anymore. And I was like, okay, but what if I work on them really, really slowly? What if I'm in pain and I do it really slowly? And he goes, okay, fine. So, we're working on some Hal emotes today. Hello Skinner, hello Jake, hello Kyra, welcome in, hello everybody. I have some pretty fun emotes planned. So obviously he has his Fleet emote already. I love this one, it's super cute. But we have 5 more. I don't know how much of them will get done today, but we have 5 more to work on. So we have... This one was actually suggested by Jake.
Hello, gorgeous.
This is a recommendation from Jake. Hello, I'm just a fox. Hello, Ether. Welcome in. How are you? I don't know how well this one will read when it's crushed down into emote form. Hopefully it reads well. Hal has said that if it doesn't look good as an emote, he will still use it, maybe as like a channel point redeem that you guys can put on screen when he dies. So this one will get used regardless. I just don't know if it's gonna be an emote. We have, this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. I really love this one. It's my second favorite of the batch. I kind of want my character to have this emote. But it's so Hal. I love it. We have this one. Again, I don't know how readable this will be as an emote, but he really likes the trophy idea. So we're gonna try our best to make this one work. It's very cute. We have our classic confused. I feel like this makes sense because Hal is so focused on his video game that every now and again it will take him a couple of takes to realize what people in chat are saying. So I think this is very cute, very fitting for him. And this next one is my favorite one. I want this one for my own channel, so I might make this emote for me and Hal, but this is the final one. I'm so scared to make this one because I know the people who are subscribed to me but also subscribed to Hal will use this emote against me. I just know that I'm going to be attacked with this emote, so I'm like the most scared but also the most excited for this one. So I think we'll actually, even though this is the last emote that I showcased, I think we'll start with this one. This is the last one that I sketched out like 8 emotes for him. Because he had no idea what he wanted. So I was like, I'm gonna draw you 8 emotes, you pick which one is your favorite. And he had a really hard time picking. I'm glad that he picked 5 out of the 8 that I drew, because if he didn't, then I would have had to make more emote concepts for him to choose from. And guys, coming up with emotes is really hard. Go to bed, sadly I lurk. No worries, Ether, have a good sleep. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. That was really nice of you. Also, hello, Pipey. Welcome in. 100%, yeah. I think that's why I have to make this one first. But, I really wish... Okay, I mentioned it in the Discord server, but I'm gonna mention it here. Is there anyone in my chat that is, like, technologically advanced enough to... figure out how to get my iPad to screen share to my Windows computer? Because a lot of the time, if it's not my elbow that's sore, it's my knee. And a lot of the... Like, when my knee is really sore, sitting at my desk is not viable for me. And I don't want to, like, cut my art streams every time I have bad knee pain or bad wrist pain, right? Or bad elbow pain. So I want to connect my iPad to my Windows computer so that if I'm having a really bad knee day, I can still do art, but instead of Clip Studio on my PC, it's Procreate on my iPad, and I can sit somewhere more comfortable for me. But I don't know how to do it without buying a fuck ton of, like, cables or, like, some really expensive programs, and I just want to know if there's another way to do it. Which iPad? That is an excellent question. I don't know what model it is. Let me go grab it. Alright, I'm not sure which model it is. I can probably check in the system settings, but it's old enough to still have a lightning cable instead of a USB-C port. Where's my settings? About? It's an iPad Air 3rd generation. So I think it's kind of old. I think I bought it when I started university, which was like 2018, I think. I don't remember. Literally, that pointing one is literally Nelson from The Simpsons. Yeah, it is, it is. I should get to bed too, I'm hungover. Damn, Fox. Did you have a wild night? Hal and I have a wild night planned on the 20th. One of my family members is turning 18 and they booked out like an entire hotel bar for their birthday. And we were like, hell yeah. I don't drink, but Hal does. And I turned to him and I was like, you want to get shit-faced on free alcohol on the 20th? And he goes, yeah. I haven't drawn in so long because of my elbow pain that I don't think I know how to... I mean, obviously I do because I sketched out these emotes last night, but you know what I mean? I feel rusty. Ooh, Baby No Money concert. Hell yeah. Can't you stream your screen with your second Discord account? I could, but I'm really worried, one, about the strain that'll have on the internet, and two, like the quality that it'll be. Like the quality it'll come out at. If I play with it now, let me see. The other thing is this iPad's battery isn't the best. So if it's doing screen share while running Procreate, I don't know how long it'll last. Let me see. Everything. No, I need to make Discord kind of small. Look at this. At least for now, so I can switch accounts. No, that's user settings. No, that's also wrong. Thank you. I feel old. I'm getting worse and worse at managing the programs that I use on a daily basis. So if I deafen this account, and then we go here. Okay. How does screen share work on this thing? I've done it before. That's a video. I want... Oop. I want, is it this one? No, that's the soundboard. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Deafen... Can I... Is it the camera setting? No. Oh my god, I've screen shared on my iPad before. Hi, Comp, welcome in. Hello, Anderson, welcome in. How you doing? I'm trying to debug some iPad stuff. In case you get personal notifications, I'd go on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, that's true. Oh, my main account's always on Do Not Disturb, to be fair. How do I... I'm so old. Swipe up. Aha, I found it. Oh, I'm not old, chat. I found it. I found it. Share your screen. Okay. So now, if I go into Procreate, chat. If I go into Procreate, no, you go like this. The only thing is, it's washed everything out. I use a yellow canvas, but on the screen share, it looks white. So the colors are a little bit washed, but I don't think that's an issue. If I go, guys, look at my iPad. Wait. Wait. Here. Look, it's my iPad. Wee. Okay, this might actually work in future. At least until I get a proper setup. This was a rejected emote. He didn't like this one. Oh, hang on. He didn't like this one. Okay, Alright, well, it works a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know how quickly this will drain battery, so I guess next time we do an art stream, we'll find out. I don't want to do it now because we have work to do right now. Let's just make sure everything here is done. Okay, good. How we doing? Doing good. I'm working on some emotes for Hal. I was just debugging, not debugging, but I was like testing something with my iPad. Because on days my knee is really fucked up, I can't sit at my desk comfortably. So I wanted to stream Procreate from my iPad so I could still do art, but sit more comfortably. Discord was just such a simple answer that I didn't think it would work. You know what I mean? I also wonder, would I be able to charge my... I don't see why not. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to charge my iPad while it's doing screen share. That way it doesn't die. Yeah, my iPad's a little bit of a baby in terms of power depletion and all that shit. You charge and screen share all the time. The only issue is that it gets hot. Yeah. That is gonna be a legitimate concern. I guess we'll worry about it when we get to it though. I might do a test. Not stream, but like test screen share on my iPad off stream, just see how long it lasts, see if it is viable that way. Oh my god, speaking of art, chat, I have a story. It finally happened to me. And I want to preface by saying that there is a very high chance, because Hal and I share viewers, there is a very high chance that there are people in my stream right now that know exactly who I'm talking about. If you do know who I'm talking about, don't name and shame, don't go after them, don't get involved, okay? I'm only telling this story because I have a right to tell it. And it's spicy. But basically, someone in Hal's community, my boyfriend's community, thought that it would be appropriate to rip the artwork of him that I made for his Twitch channel, rip it off the Twitch page, and feed it to an AI to make an AI-generated 3D model of Hal so that they could 3D print it and have it in their room. And I'm like, bro, what? Ain't no way, bro. Is it the person in chat that I think it was? It might be. I don't want to name publicly, but yes, someone in Hal's server ripped my artwork, fed it to AI, but the story gets more fascinating, okay? The story gets more fascinating past that. So, this person from Hal's community ripped my artwork from Hal's Twitch page, fed it to AI to make a 3D model, put the 3D model in Hal's Discord server, and immediately I was like, something here is wrong. Something here doesn't sit right. Eventually we found out it was made by AI. Hal didn't want to ban this person because this person's kind of young and it was like a first time offense. So he just deleted the posts. I, however, decided that I didn't want that in my space and I banned them from my chat, okay? And in the ban notice, I specifically wrote that they were banned because they ripped my art from a commissioner, from Hal, fed it to an AI, and then lied about it because they were asked if it was AI generated and they said no. They saw that they were banned in my chat. They wrote an unban notice. The unban notice simply said, bruh. And then after the unban notice, they went to Hal's Discord page and his Twitch chat being like, oh my god, wait, Silv banned me from their chat. Do you know why I'm banned? I'm so sad that they banned me. What's going on? And I'm just like, I didn't say anything publicly, but I was like, bro, you know what you did wrong. And Hal knows what they did wrong too. I don't know why they're like trying to bait Hal into like being like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, you'll get unbanned. Oh, you poor thing. Hal knows what they did. Hal just chose not to punish them. I did. And I'm like, bro. Oh my god. It's fucking wild. They went in the Discord server. They were like, why am I banned from Silv's chat? And then they deleted the post because they realized that I was in Hal's Discord server and I could actually answer them publicly in front of everyone. So they deleted the post before I could respond because I was streaming. And then it was Friday. So it was during the time where Hal and I's stream overlaps for a couple of hours. While I was streaming and Hal was also streaming, they went into Hal's chat and they're like, why did Silv ban me? I'm so sad. I just want to know why I was banned. And Hal, like, just ignored it. He was like, no, I'm not dealing with that. But yeah, so now my artwork and Hal's likeness has been fed to an AI bot. And Hal's kinda upset. I'm fucking furious. Hal's kinda upset because he was super excited to get fan art. And it was a 3D model. 3D models take a long ass time, chat. So he was really excited. And I felt really bad being the one to point out, like, hey, there's something wrong with this. Like, I don't like this. They ripped my artwork. And then later on we were like, oh no, they literally ripped the artwork. It's AI art. And I felt really bad for him because he was so excited and then he found out it was AI and he was super bummed out. But I'm absolutely fuming. Also, hello Fluttershy with the 65 stream streak. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome in. We were working on some Hal emotes. I was just telling a story. And again, I need to double preface this. If you know who it is who did that, please do not call them out. Please do not go after them. Leave it alone. They're literally just a 17-year-old kid who's trying to get approval from Hal because they've got nothing better to do. Just leave them. Oh my god, another 65 stream streak and a 55 stream streak. Hell yeah, Jake and Zack Attack. Thank you so much. It's such a weird experience to be like, oh my god, these people haven't missed a single one of my streams for like 65 streams. That's what? Huh? It's such a weird feeling. I'll grab my baseball bat and find them, JK. That better be a JK. I did tell Hal though, because like I said, they posted it in the Discord server and then they deleted the post because they realized I was in the Discord server. And then they did it in Hal's chat when I wasn't around. So I did tell Hal if they make a comment about it a third time, then I will out them. One of my friends was like, dude, they know what they did wrong. You should out them right now. And I'm like, If it happened in my community, I absolutely would have, but it's not mine, it's Hal's, so I don't want to overstep. But Hal knows that if they do it a third time, I am going to out this person. I remember seeing the update in the server and saw the post deleted and put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. And like, Hal was really torn about whether he gave them a second chance or not. Because like, Hal also has a zero tolerance policy on AI, but he was like, oh, you know, they didn't know that was our stance, they're just a kid, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, if you don't want to ban them, then don't, but I will. And he's like, okay. Also, I saw the picture, Kyra, very cool. I like it. I need to update the fan art wheel at the start of the stream. There we go. Yeah, because I'll admit, at first, I didn't know, I'm still talking about the model, by the way. At first, I didn't know that the 3D model they made was AI, but I did feel uncomfortable that they just straight up ripped my artwork. I have photos of the model that they made, that they quote-unquote made, because they didn't fucking make it. I'm not gonna show them. But yeah, at first I was like, oh, I'm kind of uncomfy because even though it's a 3D model and not a 2D drawing, they did literally just copy my art. They copied the design. And Hal was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that that would be an issue. And then I looked closer and I'm like, wait, no. There's a reason why it looks so close to my artwork. It's because it's been fed to AI. And he's like, oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. And we were dealing with that at like literally midnight, maybe 12:30. It was very late at night when we saw that. But yeah, I just like it's not that I didn't think it would happen to me, it's that I'm such a small artist that the chances of it happening to me are so low. And in reality, the only reason it happened to me is because there's someone who just really, really wants approval from my boyfriend. Had an idea of a beach episode? Beach episode sounds fun. It's getting cooler out here. It's getting towards autumn. Well, actually, it is autumn. It's getting towards winter, but we still have a couple of, like, really summery type days. Today's kind of a summery type day. It's really nice outside right now. I hope it stays nice because tomorrow I have to drop off some Etsy orders, and then the day after that I have to go to my GP. I gotta get a referral for another specialist. So I hope today, I hope tomorrow and Friday are also really good days. Sorry, my cat's rattling around. When he wants to play, but I don't have the time or the energy to play with him, I put his toy in the little trolley that we've got. We've got like it's not little, it's a pretty big trolley. We've got a trolley for transporting Snooze from downstairs to upstairs. And whenever Nemi needs to play, but I don't have the energy to play with him, I put his toy in like the really thin crevice between the trolley and the box inside the trolley. And he spends hours just trying to get his toy out of the trolley. It's really good. Oh my god, Sushi Boyo with the raid. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Silv. I'm an artist and animator, a professional man and woman appreciator. You won't see me streaming without a tea in my hand, and today we're drawing emotes for Hal VT. This is my favorite emote that we made for him. I'm sorry, every time I see the full piece, I can't help but laugh. It's just really good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I really like this emote that I'm making. I don't like this ear that I'm drawing though. Nemi, did you just knock? Nemi just knocked something down. I linked to the Snooze in 3 Discord servers and I'm hoping it helps. It did, Skinner. We're nowhere near hitting the goal, so I think the goal is just gonna be failed, but the Kickstarter fund went up by like 2%. It did help. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Hang on, my cat knocked something over. What did you knock over? Oh, I see. Sorry, chat. My cat just has a lot of energy right now. Where'd he go? Hey. He has a lot of energy right now. Meow. We do love a good meow. Speaking of cats, mine are calling me. Yeah. You know cats. They're always at their neediest when you're busy. I love your VTuber model, by the way. It's so cute. Oh, thank you. I didn't make this. I've made every other asset for my stream, but this model was made by, I think their name is Bratbun. It was like one of their pre-made ones. I got it for like $45. And I did all the texturing for it myself. So the textures are mine, but the model is not. Ooh. My cat's gone sicko mode. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm still talking to you, but I might not be drawing for a second because my cat is in my studio trying really, really hard to get playtime. Alright, let's just chat for a moment. They want in my office, but if I let them, they demand attention. At least your office has walls. My office is separated from the living room by a table and some chairs. So I can't really keep my cat out of my office. Ooh, ooh! Sorry, chat. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up, but Nemi just dropped a chair. Like... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Ooh! Someone's really zoomy right now. Nemi's wild today? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna chase him around for a second, and then he's gonna run outside. Okay, he's run out onto the balcony to relax. Ad's over. I win. And you win, because revenue. You're so right. You're so right. Thank you for sitting so diligently through those ads. I know it's not easy. Actually, Hal became affiliate maybe like a month ago. Maybe a little more than a month ago. Dog chasing a cat. Tail as old as time. He likes being chased though. But yeah, Hal reached affiliate maybe a month ago. And he was like, oh, hell yeah, I can have channel points, and I can do, like, alerts, and I can get subscribes, but I don't want the ads, so can you help me turn the ads off? And I just looked at him with a really pained smile, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The ads are mandatory for affiliate. And, like, the look in his eyes, I saw his heart break in real time. Bro does not want ads on his streams. But he does want all of the other cool affiliate stuff, so he has to have ads. Hand on shoulder meme. Exactly, that's exactly what it was. Buy sushi bread and random stranger. No worries still, Wasabi. Have a lovely rest of your day or night, whatever time zone you're in. You guys missed it, actually. We were talking about... I am gonna keep bringing it up, chat, because it's my quote-unquote trauma. I can do whatever I want with it. You guys missed it. We were talking about how someone fed my artwork of another VTuber to AI so that they could have a 3D print model of this other streamer. It was disgusting. It was gross. And now that person is upset that they're banned in my chat. And I'm just like, bro. It's kind of a weird flex, you know? Even though it's got nothing to do with me, right? Like, this person is so obsessed with Hal that they would have ripped any Hal fan art. It just happened to be the official artwork that Hal commissioned me that he chose. But, like, I don't know, man. Remembers? Well, that answers that question. Yeah. Also, again, for the third time, do not out them publicly or anything like that. If they mention being banned in my chat a third time, then I will out them publicly. But right now, they don't need that. They're just a dumb kid. I heard they made ads on all accounts now and can even collect money. You just can't get the cash out until you make affiliate. I haven't heard that. I've heard that it's much easier to get affiliate now. Because that's what happened to Hal. Like, Hal's requirements for hitting affiliate were like half of the requirements that I had to hit when I became affiliate. So I've seen that, but I didn't realize that every channel had ads now. That's actually really gross if that's the case. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned, but I feel like if they're gonna put ads on your content, then regardless of how many views you make, you get a cut of that ad revenue, because it's your content, guy. That's why YouTube doesn't put ads on videos unless the channel's like hitting numbers, you know? You can't just, it doesn't matter if they only made like 1 cent over the past 6 months, that's that creator's money. I had to put the bins out. I had to put the bins out earlier today. I unpacked my bag from a convention that I did, and I had a tablecloth in there for the event, and the tablecloth was like really damp. I don't remember why. I think we hadn't put it through the dryer long enough to begin with, but it was really damp, and I was just like, oh, it's okay, I'll unpack it later, and later was today. And unfortunately for me, that damp towel, that damp like tablecloth, was sitting directly underneath one of my cork boards. And I had to throw away the entire cork board because in like the week that I was lazy and I didn't unpack my suitcase, the dampness from the tablecloth molded the cork board. So I had to throw away an entire asset of my table setup, unfortunately. Everything else was fine, thank goodness. Even the tablecloth itself was fine. It was literally just the cork board. It was raining when you did the markets near me. I'm so sorry. It was a real... I've been to a lot of markets, so it's just a really bad day. You know? And it makes it really hard to judge whether or not I should return to a market, because it's like, was it just a bad market, or did the weather affect it? You know what I mean? The first outdoor market I did, it was so windy that I lost, I want to say, like, 1/5 of, like, my sticker inventory, because the wind would blow the stickers off my stand and onto the floor. And for some reason, my booth was the one that had the drain directly in the middle of it. So the wind would knock my stickers and my stickers would go in the drain. It was really sad. Luckily for me, we did have something to cover up the drain, but we didn't think about covering it up until we lost most of the stickers. So that's unfortunate. Weather would have had a major part. Yeah, I think so. The worst part about the stickers we lost that day was it was the original stickers. It was the snoo stickers that we lost. We lost some of like the Pokemon ones, which I'm not too upset about because I'm eventually gonna phase out those stickers anyway. But yeah, the one we lost the most of that day to the drain, I think was the Rosha Kissy sticker. Which I'm out of stock on right now, actually. I don't know if I'm gonna restock it or if I'm gonna redraw it, but this is the sticker that we lost the most of. Designs, here. Where is he? This one. This is my favorite Rosha sticker. I'm sorry you lost so much stock. I am too, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Sorry, I just need to have a sip of water. Baby. He is baby. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, but unfortunately, most of the ones that went down the drain were this one. Which really sucked because people really wanted to buy it at the next con that we did. But I only had like 4 of them left because of the drain. So they're sold out now. I don't have any more of them. I will probably restock them sooner rather than later. He's just really cute. I like it. Just a little guy. He is just a little guy. That reminds me, chat. I keep forgetting to post it, but if you guys like the snooze and you want me to make more snooze, we have a Kickstarter campaign for the Wave 2 Snoo plushies. I know a lot of my regulars would have already heard of this, but just in case you haven't, let me pull it up. Here it is. What? I don't need to verify my account. I just need to see the Kickstarter page. Girl banning me from my own Kickstarter? What are you doing? Here it is. Don't ask me to verify. It's gonna ask me to verify my account again. Oh well, I don't need to. I have the link. A little guy who's wanted in every country for tax evasion. Not every country. Not every country. I have a list of the countries that he's still allowed to go to. Anyway, if you guys like the Snoo plushies and you want more Snoo plushies, we have... This is the wrong link. Hang on. It's giving me that weird thingy. Can I delete my own post? I don't think I can. Here, let me give you the new link. I don't know why it's being weird. Kickstarter really does not want me sharing this link right now, I guess. Here you go. This one. On PC you can. I think I need to go into mod view to do that. I'm lazy. Anyway, the second link. If you want to see more Snoo plushies, we got 3 more. Honestly, it doesn't look like they're gonna be funded, but I am gonna continue to talk about it anyway. At the very least, having Marcy funded would be nice, because I say this every time I post about Marcy, but Marcy is my mom's favorite. So it'd be, if we can only make one, it would be nice if we could get Marcy done. Alright, I'm gonna do the eyes on a separate layer. They're my fave from Wave 2. A lot of people really like Marcy. It makes me really happy. Marcy was actually supposed to be part of Wave 1. Because Wave 1 was supposed to be 6 Snoos, not 3. And then for budgeting reasons, we were only able to do 3 Snoos. And we had to make them a lot bigger than we wanted as well. Originally, they were going to be like plushie keychains. And there were meant to be 6 of them. But my old manufacturer told me that if we wanted Snoos that had more than 2 legs, which Dewdrop has 6 legs. Sorry, more than 4 is what I meant. I'm glad I recommended that name. Oh yeah, it's so pretty. I love it so much. I never forgot. What was I saying? Yeah, so originally Snoos, Wave 1 was supposed to be 6 Snoos, not 3. And they were meant to be a lot smaller. They were like plushie keychain size. And my manufacturer was like, oh, if you want plushies that have more than 4 legs, they need to be a minimum 26 centimeters tall. And Dewdrop has 6 legs, and I didn't want to cut it down to only 4 legs. So we ended up making them bigger, and because we made them bigger, we didn't have the storage space to get all 6 of them made, so we only made 3. And I asked a bunch of my closest friends and my family, like, which Snoos they wanted to see in the first wave, and Marcy just didn't make the cut, so she wasn't part of Wave 1. When I asked my friends and family about Wave 2, though, she won by a fucking landslide. I honestly thought Strive would be the most popular design that I have, but Marcy, oh my god, Marcy shadowed them so bad. I'm a sucker for plushie keychains. Oh yeah. I never really understood the appeal of plushie keychains, but they're growing on me quite a lot. What we want to do, at the event that I was at in May, there was a girl who came up to our booth and she was like, oh my god, it's the Snooze. I know these guys. And I thought she recognized me from a different con. So I asked her which con she saw them at, or if she was like at the same event last year. And she goes, oh no. I know about the Snooze because my dad works for Westmead Children's Hospital. Should I pin the correct link? That would be great, actually. Thank you. She goes, yeah, my dad works for Westmead Children's Hospital, and last year he saw all of the Snoop plushies that ended up in the gift shop, in the volunteer gift shop. That's how I know what they are. And chat, oh my god, I tried so hard to keep it together in front of her. Like, the fact that someone knew about the Snooze because of the donation campaign we ran in December, I'm gonna cry just talking about it right now. It was so sweet. It was so adorable, and I don't remember why I'm telling this story, but it was like, I really want to do that again this year. I really want to run another donation campaign where people can buy Snooze for the hospitalized children again. And I remember why I was telling that story. That girl, I was like, oh, so do you have a Snoo? And she goes, no, I can't. I'm allergic to a lot of the fibers that are used to make plushies. Like, I can't own plushies full stop. So what we were thinking is not plushie keychains, but we were thinking about working with a 3D modeler to turn the little Snooze into either like figurines or maybe go even smaller and make them gacha prizes. We're not sure, but we do want to have some like Snoo stuff that isn't just the plushies or the keychains. That's something that's still tangible that can be like, you know, showcased. Specifically because of that girl that came up to me. Like, I had thought about it before, but that girl coming up to me being like, oh my god, I recognize these from the hospital, like, that was it. I now have to make Snoo, like, figures or gachapon so that people who can't have plushies can still have a Snoo. That's, I don't know if it's the next thing on the agenda, but it's on the agenda. Do you have business cards so I can promote? Oh, that's so sweet. You don't have to promote the Snooze when you go to markets. I do have business cards. I need to redesign them a little bit. But that's so sweet. You don't have to do that for me. 70, Jesus Christ, a 70 stream streak. That's insane. I was talking about it earlier in the stream. It feels a little bit weird to be like, oh, these people like my content so much that they haven't missed a stream in the past, like, 70 streams. It's so surreal. Like, damn. You guys like me? We need to fund Marcy. I would love for, at the very least, Marcy to be funded. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen. We have until the middle of June. We have until June 16th. If you want Marcy to be funded, we have until June 16th to get Marcy funded. And it is currently the 27th of May. So I don't think it'll happen, but it would be really, really nice. It would be really, really nice if it did happen. Option to pin disappeared on mobile, so I had to get my iPad. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, I'm gonna open a flat color piece of Howl. Where's... Oh, here. This will work. Never say never. I want to be hopeful, I really do. It's just incredibly far-fetched at this point. It was far-fetched to begin with. The only reason I made the Kickstarter to begin with is because a lot of people were asking me when the next snooze were gonna drop. And you know, I don't want to disappoint people. They want more snooze. I want to make them more snooze. We originally weren't planning to release any new snooze this year. So it is pretty far-fetched that it would happen, but I really hope it does. Do I have the PNG for this so I can put it on my other monitor? I do. I also really want to do the Kickstarter exclusive print, because that's the first snoo-related print that I've ever had. It's also the first print that I've ever made since like 2019, before I was Restless Dreams. And it just looks really pretty. I really like how the Kickstarter print came out. Actually, do I have it? It's right in here, Kickstarter. Like, look at how cute this came out. Isn't that fucking cute? I really want to print out and send these. These are adorable. If the Kickstarter fails, I might put these on my store, and then when we do crowdfunding another time, I will do a different exclusive print. Because for this to never see the light of day, for this to never be printed and shipped out is criminal. I just... Alright, I'm done fangirling over my own artwork now. These look adorable. I know, it's so good. And the best part is that snooze are like the least stressful thing for me to draw ever. Like, I'll pull out, I have a sketchbook that is filled with only snoo designs, and I will pull out that sketchbook and like my color pencils and my alcohol markers just to unwind, you know? I never have to stress about having new designs ready to go because it's what I do to relax. It's so nice. I might make that a bit thinner, actually. Like this. The funniest part, Treasure was never meant to be part of Wave 2, and neither was Strive. So, like I said, originally, Wave 1 was meant to be 6 snooze. So, when Wave 2 was coming out, I was just gonna make the 3 snooze that didn't make the cut for Wave 1. But time had passed, and I had designed a lot more snooze since then. One of them being, Treasure. And I was like, I kind of want to keep Treasure to myself for a little while, but we'll see. Maybe people will like her. And then they did. Strive is an even more interesting case because it wasn't just, oh, maybe I'll see if people like it. Strive was meant to be part of his own, of their own separate collection altogether. Eventually, I want to do themed drops. I keep doing this on the wrong layer. Eventually, I want to do themed drops. Because there's no cohesion between Wave 1 snooze or the Wave 2 snooze. Like, they're just what happened to be the most popular designs at the time. And eventually, I want to do themed ones. And there was like I wanted to combine autumn and like horror type stuff together. So Strive, our mushroom snoo, was actually supposed to be part of like an autumn/Halloween drop. And there's a zombie snoo that I'm actually gonna rework because looking back on it, I don't really like its design very much. But there was a zombie type snoo that was supposed to go alongside Strive. I'm looking through my snoo sketchbook now, see if I can find it. Yeah. Can I get a picture? I'm using my phone as my webcam right now. Let me get a picture of this little guy. How does this work? I'm too old for this. Oh, here we go. Sorry, my cat's distracting me because he's being really loud with his litter box. I don't know why. He needs to, every time he goes to shit, he spends like 20 minutes with his litter box and it's so fucking loud. Alright, I got the picture. So, there we go. Originally, Strive was meant to be part of a cute little like fall Halloween drop, and we didn't have a third snoo designed yet because I like to do them in drops of 3 now, but we did have one of the other snoos, and this was it. This was like a zombie themed snoo, and I'm gonna redesign it because I'm not super happy with it, but I do really like the fact that it has like a leg that clearly didn't originally belong to it. I like the pink leg that's been stapled on. I like the really small tail, almost like it's been ripped off. Like I said before, Marcy is my mum's favorite. This one is my mum's least favorite. She really does not like this snoo. She especially doesn't like the X for an eye. She's like, can you change that? Can you just give him 2 eyes? Or like have his hair cover his eye? I don't like the X over the eye. And I'm like, but it's supposed to be like a cute teddy bear, like kid-friendly way of saying that he has no eye. Come on. And she's like, nah, I don't like it. But in the redesign, I'm gonna keep it. I don't care. I'm keeping the X for an eye. Little man's frying chicken in his litter. Yeah, it's so loud. He's done now, but it was so loud. Can I send a link for something you might be interested in? Feel free to say no. You can pop it in the Discord server. That's totally fine. Pop it in the chill chat. They're cute. People like creepy cute. Yeah, I really want to slowly incorporate the creepy aspect into the snooze more, because my original idea, I need to close this because I keep opening it. My original idea for my store was that I was gonna have creepy merch, but I was also gonna have cute merch. And it's just all cute. There's like no creepiness to it anymore. So I want to have some freaky snooze. There's one idea I have. Hang on, Nemi's being a nuisance again. Sorry guys, I have no idea what's going on, but Nemi is really, really antsy today. Has a lot of energy today. There is a horror movie that someone recommended to me. I don't remember what it's called, but they showed me a picture of something that happens in the movie. Hang on. I need to find the horror movie. Is that it? Annihilation? That might be it. Yeah, this is it. So, someone recommended the movie Annihilation to me at the last convention I was at. And they've got this thing in the movie that this person showed me a photo of. It's like people kind of turning into these plant type things. And I didn't say it to the person because I was like, that would be really weird. But they showed me the picture and my immediate first thought was, I need to design a snoo that looks like that. and I told Hal and he's like, is that a good idea? And I was like, yeah, it's a fucking good idea. Look at that thing. That needs to be a snoo. And he's like, I mean, okay, if you want to make some creepy snoos. And I'm like, yes, I want to make some creepy snoos. Yes. So we might get some Annihilation inspired snoos in the future. I might make it part of that Halloween drop that I was talking about because we need a snoo to replace Strive. But yeah, I would love to have some snoos that are still, like, unapologetically cute. Don't get me wrong, I want them to still have their cute factor. But, like, if you know what I mean? These are separated enough, I can put them on the same layer. I don't think I have the inside of Hal's mouth. I do, however, have his old dragon character that he used to use on my channel before he came out as Hal. This guy. He still wants to use this guy, by the way. I don't know how, but he wants to incorporate it in somehow because he really likes this design. Actually, no. These are gonna go on a separate layer. I don't think I'm gonna shade in here, but I might. Okay. I'm gonna put way too much effort into these emotes now. Are you ready? We're gonna grab our cute little airbrush. Oh wait, I gotta fix his braid. His braid is white on one side. Actually, I shouldn't do this. No, we're gonna go with flat color. We're not gonna gradient it. I am gonna... If we're gonna do flat color, then I'm gonna merge all these. Okay. Which side is the white on? Go away. It's on... Pfft, that does not help. What side is the white part of his braid? It's on the inside. Okay, it's this side. I think? I don't- wait, no, I'm second guessing myself. Where is your braid white? It is on the inside. Yes, it's on the inside. Okay. Stop freaking out. Maybe make a snoo that's inspired from the ghost girl from The Ring. I would love to eventually. I think that's a really fun idea. Back from the ads. Welcome back. I hope they weren't too mean to you. But yeah, I have so many snoo designs. There's a lot of them that are probably never gonna see the light of day. Because sometimes you have a good snoo design, and then you just have a better one, you know? And sometimes one snoo design will keep getting sidelined for others. That's kind of what happened to the other two snoos. Well, one of the other two snoos that was supposed to hit Wave 2. Just like Marcy got rejected from Wave 1, but then when I put her in the... like, in the thing, voting for Wave 2, I don't think she got a single vote. And I was like, damn, I really like this snoo, but I don't think this snoo is ever gonna get made. I also might redesign her. I think part of the problem is her design. I think for a snoo, it's way too complicated. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna turn the color off when we do this. I'm just picking where its shading is gonna be. Oh my god, wait! Saku is here and I missed it? Saku, I'm so sorry. I didn't see your message. Hi, wife. How you doing, wifey? I'm so sorry I didn't see it right away, wifey. I'm getting way too sidetracked with, everything that's going on. Complicated can be good, though. It can. But now that I've had more time to play with the snoos and, like, kind of figure out what type of designs I like, there is, like, good complicated and bad complicated for the snoos. There's a blueberry themed snoo that I have because I was doing, I have, like, a fruit inspired line that I want to do. There's a blueberry snoo that is like, I think, a good example of good complicated. But then the apple snoo and the lemon snoo, I'm like, man, nah, that's too much. Like, they're good designs, they're just not for a snoo. They need to be simplified for a snoo. Lemon. Yeah, her name was Meringue. Trying to find her. Oh no, actually she might not be too complicated. The apple snoo definitely is. But meringue might not be. Hang on. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna grab a picture. Nemi, can you stop eating paper? No, I need those bits of paper. Eat the blue paper behind you, not this blue paper. Hiya, Baba, look. Your paper over there. Eat that paper. Goodness gravy. Why are you so restless today? No, this one. Yeah, eat that paper. Oh my goodness. I don't have anything nice with you around. You're so cheeky. God, that is smooth running away from me. I hope that's a good friend. Oh, I didn't mute my mic. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Nemi's a little bit of a paper eater, yeah. You have a paper eater too. The worst part is that the paper he was eating, if he had just turned 90 degrees to his right, there was even more paper, and that paper he is allowed to eat. He's allowed to eat that one. He can't eat this one, the one he was eating, because I use it for product backdrops. Oh my goodness. What paper is approved for his consumption? The wrapping paper that Hal used for my birthday present. Hang on, where is he? Me. Are you gonna chill out now? Chill. Alright, he's chill. How's the dog pooping, chat? The dog is pooping well. Hi, Swift. How you doing? I love the behind-the-scenes conversation with Nemi. He just doesn't listen. Just doesn't. I mean, it's fair. He is literally a cat. I did get a photo of the lemon snoo, though. Keep in mind, there's red marks on the paper because I forgot to have a guard, and the red from the apple snoo bled through. But this is the lemon snoo. This is meringue. Looking at it now, I don't actually think it's too complicated for a snoo design. I think that's really cute. But the apple one definitely needs to be changed. I gotta look at her again and I'm like, yeah, nah, the apple one is way too complex. I have so many designs, chat. Actually, last time I did an art stream, we sat down and flicked through all of the snoo designs that I have. Maybe I should just post that section of the stream as a video. Normal Nemi negotiations. I love the lemon slice wings. I do too. I do too. I'm not sure what texture or like what fabric it would be to get it to look like a lemon slice, but I think it could work. I want her now. Well, she was part of the running for Wave 2. She just didn't get enough votes. Which, like, for the first 2 waves, when I was deciding which snooze would be made, I asked, like, all my closest friends and my family to vote on which snooze they wanted. What I would really like to do is have enough people interested in the snooze that when Wave 3 happens, I can do, like, a public vote. I really, really want to do a public vote for the next snoo wave. And to be fair, I shouldn't even be thinking about the next snoo wave because Wave 2 hasn't even dropped yet, but I think that would be really fun. What about a Nemi negotiations video? Well, I have been thinking about doing like a daily sub goal, and if you guys hit the sub goal, then we have a cat cam. Because everyone loves Nemi, but Nemi shows up on my streams so rarely. And then the money for the sub goals would go towards getting him his treats. Because Nemi's quite an expensive boy. People literally weren't ready for life to hand them a lemon. It's true. She was too strong. Cat cam? Yeah. I do need to be sneaky about it though, because Nemi will see a camera or a phone and he will run. I don't know why. He doesn't like the idea of being on camera very much. Not that he even knows what a camera is, but you know what I mean. Good to be prepared. I think so. I think so. I have way too many designs. Like, I'm definitely prepared in the design aspect of things. It's just really fun to sit down and draw them. There's a snoo that I need to finalize. I sketched it out on a day that I was feeling really, I don't remember if I was unwell or I was in pain, because they both happen so often that they kind of blend into one. But I had a really cool idea for a snoo. It's a dark furred snoo. It's either gonna be like really, really dark blue or black. And I want it to be made out of this, like, hang on. I'm gonna find I'm not gonna show you a picture of the snoo, but I'm gonna show you, like... I can't find the exact fabric. No, don't go to shopping. Images. I can't find the exact fabric, but it's kind of close to this. It might actually be this. Oh no, is this a web P? I don't want it to be a web P. I want to be able to throw it into Clip Studio. Oh good. So this is the style of fabric that I want to use. It's dark, it's like black, but it's got like little bits of glitter throughout it. I want glitter that's just gold, but I might have to settle for rainbow glitter. And it's gonna have like star patterns sewn onto it. And her name is Stella, like constellation. Get it? So I was working on her a little bit. I need to finish up her design a little more. That looks delicious. I wonder what it would feel like, because one of the biggest selling points for the snoos is that they're really fucking soft. Like they're so soft that people touch them and they like melt into the snoo. It's so soft. So if that fabric isn't soft enough to meet the snoo standard, then I might not be able to use it. But I really hope it is, because I think having a space themed snoo would be really fucking cool. My big brain is filled with so many ideas and I'm so creative and likable and I never said any of that. I just said I was addicted to drawing snoos. I just said I was addicted to drawing snoos, bro. If other people like the snoos, then that's fantastic. That's all I ever wanted. What about snoos that are inspired by video games from the 90s and early 2000s? I would love to do stuff like that. What I would really like, actually, is to have official partners. You know those ducks? Those, like, duck figures that everyone's seeing everywhere? And, like, you get the Leon S. Kennedy ducks, you get the Sonic the Hedgehog ducks and all that. I want to have brand deals with snoos. I want to make, like, Sonic the Hedgehog snoos. I want to do Resident Evil snoos. You know what I mean? How fucking cool would that be? Hal and I have already actually talked about what a Sonic the Hedgehog snoo would look like. It's pretty cursed. Jellycat have star printed fabric? Ooh. I've heard the term Jellycat before. Is that another plushie company? Or is that like a fabric company? I'm actually not sure. Always filled with creative ideas. Some of us are in drought! No, I'm so sorry about your creative rut. Alright, I want to mimic this, metal pattern that I did. Oh yeah, Swift, you weren't here, so I'm gonna repeat this story for like the 7th time. Someone fed my art to AI. You know the bunnies that are everywhere? Hang on. I'm gonna look at it. Jelly... Is it one word? It's one word, it looks like. Jellycat. What is this? Who are you? The website's loading. Is my tea cool enough to drink? I hope so. I'm gonna burn myself in a second. Yep, that burns. Ow, wow, 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 wee, wow. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. Their website's broken. Their website's not loading. Fucking jellycat.com. Fix your... Oh, here it goes. It's working now. I don't want cookies. Go away. What are we looking at? You said bunny? Bunnies. Let's have a look. Oh! I have seen these little guys. They look like something I would find in my news agency. You know what I mean? They look like news agency, shovelware's not the right word, but you know what I mean? They're kind of cute. I like the ragdoll ones. Originally, when we decided the snooze had to be 26 centimeters tall, we thought about making them like ragdolls. Hal told me that if he was to get a plushie, he would prefer for it to be like what the snooze are now and not a ragdoll. But eventually we might do a ragdoll line of plushies because a lot of the community who likes snooze are neurodivergent and they use them as like a self-soothing type thing. So I think making them ragdolls would really help the community. No, say it ain't so. Can we butcher them for putting it through AI? It wasn't part of my community, so no. It was part of Hal's community. He has, like, a fan who is so obsessed with the idea of getting attention from Hal that they decided to rip the artwork that Hal commissioned from me off of Hal's Twitch page, fed it to an AI to have it turned into a 3D model, and then lied and said that he made the 3D model and that he was gonna print it out so that he had a real-life figurine of Hal. And I felt so bad for Hal because he didn't realize it was AI at first, so he was really excited that he got some fan art. Especially a 3D model. 3D models are really difficult to make. So I was really sad when I had to be like, hey, this is AI. They stole my art and your likeness to make this. They're banned from my chat, and they proceeded to be a little bitch about being banned in my chat. It was pretty funny. Gross, that's literally the worst thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty disgusting. I'm not naming who they are specifically because Hal decided not to ban them from his community. And Hal and I share a community, so I'm not outing who they are. However, if they complain about being banned in my chat a 3rd time, because they've done it twice already, and Hal and I have ignored it both times. If they complain about being banned in my chat a 3rd time, I will name who it is. Was it Donald Trump stole my furry man fan art. Not even fan art, my furry man commission art. And used it. No, it wasn't Donald Trump. That would be such a flex though. Actually, would it be? Nah, I take that back. I'm on high alert to check mine too. I should probably get rid of my DeviantArt. I don't want to close or deactivate my DeviantArt for a really silly reason. I don't have a lot of the artworks that I posted on DeviantArt anymore. The digital ones specifically, because that laptop's not mine and a lot of them didn't survive the file transfer over to my other laptop. And I could sit down and like manually download all of them again, but I just haven't had the time and I don't want to lose them. So I just keep it up. That's my reason for keeping my account too. It's like an art scrapbook from the past. Exactly. Exactly. Didn't Twitch ban him? No, I banned him from my chat. He's not banned from Twitch. I don't think I can report channels for AI art theft. Especially because he's not a streamer, the person who did it. It's just someone who really likes Hal. Like, in my opinion, kinda unhealthily. Oh, I think Twitch banned Trump. Is that actually a thing? That's so funny if that's true. I know Twitch banned Yandere Dev sometime last year. God, that's a name that takes me way back. Yandere Dev. It features all my real progress in traditional art and the journey to transition into digital. Like, that's Baby Swift. I know, it's so sweet. My God, I was going through my old DeviantArt a few days ago because I was trying to find a character that I designed back then to show Hal, because we were talking about characters that have big hands, like my hands. And I was trying to find a character that I thought I posted to DeviantArt. Turns out I didn't. But I was scrolling through DeviantArt and like all of my old posts, and the half of it was nostalgic and the other half of it was, girl, you were so depressed. You were so like dead ass, like maybe 60, maybe even 65% of my DeviantArt posts were like low-key vents because I was depressed about something, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no, maybe I did. Maybe I was a depression, maybe I was a depression user back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, man, some of it's really nice to look back on, and some of it's like, I'd kind of rather not see this again. Yes, trauma art too, same. Yeah. I don't remember what happened, but sometime in like it might have been 2019 or 2020, I was just like, man, I'm just not gonna post vent art anymore. And then I took it a step further, and I haven't made vent art in a really long time either. I think we're gonna go with, sorry, I'm trying to pick the right. I think we'll go with this. And then we'll manually reshade the blue shadows in here. What blue did I use here? This blue. Wait, hang on. I take it back. I'll do this. Turn this off. No, it's easier to see the pink now. Just means you've found other ventures of releasing those feelings. I just haven't felt the need to. Like, in a really long time. It actually, well, okay, I stopped posting vent art in like 2019. No, it would have been 2020. Like the second half of 2020, I stopped posting it. And then I haven't made any since like, I want to say 2021. I want to say 2021. I have a lot of pieces that could be mistaken for fan art. I keep saying fan art in this stream. I have pieces that could be mistaken for vent art, but that's just because I still really like drawing kind of edgy things. You wouldn't know it because my brand nowadays is mostly cute, marketable plushies in the form of snooze, but I do still really like kind of drawing edgy shit. I just don't post it very often because since I don't post it very often, when I do, I'm always worried someone's gonna be like, "Are you okay?" Like, no, I just want to draw. I just want to draw zombies with eyes melting out of their sockets. Okay, I just want to draw like my graphic novel's main character Caden being stabbed 27 times in the chest. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to. Okay, leave me alone. All right, that looks better. I might change the skin shading too. It looks a bit too pigmented. There we go. It's too red. There we go. I have to say, Hal rocks the purple. What purple? Oh, you mean the the pink that I used for the shading? Yeah. I think it looks good, but it is just work in progress coloring. Actually, I don't like this color. I think it's too dark now. Let's keep the original kind of saturated. There we go. I might make this not as bright. A bit darker. There we go. So what I usually do is I'll draw the shadows and then I'll copy paste the original colors on top, and then I play with the hue and the saturation until I find a version that generally works for most of the colors, and then any colors it doesn't work for, I go back and I tweak it a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just wanna. I haven't drawn like zombie stuff in like a while, or at least posted zombie stuff in a while, and I miss it, bro. I miss it. I don't miss the fact that I looked up actual like skin necrosis to figure out how I wanted to draw the zombie skin. I don't miss that. But I haven't drawn zombies in so long that I might have to look up necrosis again. All for the love of the craft, you know what I mean? That's why I wanted to do a zombie snoo. As it's not the kind of zombie that I like to draw, but it's still zombie related. Alright, I think that works for the shadows. Now I use blue for the highlights. Make it really poop. We do not know. Don't assume we're on the same level. I mean, okay. Every artist has looked up something that is a little bit questionable for the sake of authenticity, right? It doesn't have to be decaying flesh. It doesn't have to be. It could be like, I don't know, how to properly dispose of a body, or like the process of, like, you know, just shit like that. Everyone's done it. Yes, okay. Big assumption. Okay, what are you hiding? What are you hiding, Swift? You've looked up something sketchy for the sake of a creative project before. I know you have. I just need to figure out what it was. Hang on, I'm seeing a lot of white dots, which makes me remember that I didn't do this. Oh yeah, no, we don't need the eyes on for this. I forgot to make sure that all of the thingies on the inside are nice and smooth. So I do that. Invert this. I know how to make WMDs on a... Yeah, that sounds like something you would know. I have a lot of zombie survival stuff, mostly. Mostly, like, the rotting flesh decaying, the quickest way to incapacitate someone, technically without killing them, but also technically killing them. There's, like, a really soft, fleshy part where the base of your neck connects to the bottom of your skull. And if you're able to get in there and just have a quick, like, a clean stab into that little fleshy bit, you, like, completely sever someone's entire nervous system. Just girly things like that, you know? Hi Reaper, welcome in. How you doing? I've spent the past hour and a half on the same emote because I keep getting distracted. Which is not a diss. I'm having a lovely time, and I did tell Hal that I would take it really slow because he doesn't want me to hurt my elbow again. Considering several of my former friends once tried to make... Damn. I didn't have crazy friends. I mean, I had crazy friends, but not the cool kind of crazy friend that would do something like that. I had the crazy friend that would, like, talk shit about you. And then when you found out, be like, what? No, I did that because you made me feel unsafe. That's the kind of crazy I'm used to. You know, the boring kind of crazy. He looked great. You had woman friends, not crazy friends. It's so sad too, because I do actually want lady friends, you know? I had some really good lady friends when I worked at the bar. Oh my god, it was the first time in my entire life I had female friends that I felt like I didn't need to worry about them saying shit about me. Because they were like old enough, like they were like, well, one of them at least was like in her 30s, and she was like, man, I don't have time for that shit. And she was like the realest person that I ever met. I love that woman so much. I miss her. Shortly after I ended up having to step away from the bar because of my injury, she got deported. It was so sad. I traveled like, I think it was 2 hours back out to where like her place is, just so that I could be there for her goodbye party before she got deported. I miss her so much. But yeah. It was like her and maybe like 2 or 3 other women that I worked with at the bar. They were the realest. I love those women. Every other woman that I've ever tried to be friends with wanted to kill me for some reason.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, gorgeous. Welcome in. Trying to figure out where else I want to put his highlights. I want to go too crazy. He does need some down here.
Women.
I know, right? Women. Try to be friends with them and they turn around, they're like, you're trying to steal my man. I'm like, bro. I just asked you if you wanted to play Smash Bros later. Ew. Can't believe I didn't clean this up. Gross. There we go. I'm sure I've told you guys that story before, right? There was a girl who said that I was trying to steal her man from her, or that I was flirting with her man. And when I asked her what I did that made her think that, she said that I called her husband's Monster Hunter armor nice. Not cute, not sexy, not adorable, nothing like that. I said, your armor looks nice, what set is that? And I asked her, I was like, is there anything else that I said, or is that it? And she went on like a 30-minute rant about how me saying his Monster Hunter armor looked nice was me flirting with him and trying to steal him. And that's extra funny because people in my chat have seen how I talk to Chai. And like people I'm actually friends with. Like, I'll call my friends baby, girly, my love. Saku is literally my wife. Literally, I hopped into Chai's stream one time and I simply said, keep your mouth open, I'm almost done. And that was my only chat message that stream. Like, I hit on my friends all the time. So the fact that her saying that her only example of me hitting on her husband was me saying his Monster Hunter armor looked nice, I was like, bro. This is, oh no, I don't want to be associated with you anymore. Not heard that one, but I've heard others. Yeah. I have a lot of them, unfortunately. But you know, I don't want to rant about it today. Maybe another time. I like this. Do I put shines on his knuckles? I don't know. Actually, this one deserves it because it's like the big light. This one's kind of underneath. So maybe we'll do the little diamonds instead. That one's not even a diamond. And then I'll do the same up here. We'll get like some knuckle shines. They don't need to be too crazy because this image is going to be compressed to hell. Alright, I don't want to overdo it. I think that's fine. Some women just really need a reality check. I think that's people in general. I don't think that's exclusive to women. My experiences have been only with women, but I've seen stories of some pretty crazy dudes out there. The skin tone doesn't really match, and the highlight tone doesn't really match. The hair is pretty good. What if we turn the saturation up? Alright, we're gonna go with this. But I need to make some changes. I kind of wish I could just get the perfect hue. I reckon if I went for more dramatic shading, then it wouldn't really matter, like, because the shadows would be an entirely different color, but I don't want to do that for emotes. They're already small enough. I don't think we need to overcomplicate. I also want to change the skin highlight. Do you have a skin highlight? You do. It's like a cute little yellow. Let me put that over here. Oh, I think that might be too bright. There we go. That's better. And then the yellow of the belt. Well, not the belt, but like the buckles. I want to make them this color. Oh, I totally forgot to put a strand in there. Okay, hang on. I want a strand like here. There we go. I think everything else is fine, so I should be able to just... Perfect. Now I can go out here. We're almost done with this emote. Took long enough. Had a shit day. Yeah. Yeah. Been a lot of shit days going around lately. Although, to be fair, the extent of my shit day is I'm in a lot of pain. But I'm always in a lot of pain, so it doesn't really matter. Now let's go expand 15. Is 15 enough? Let's go... Expand it by another 10. There we go. Alright, it's expanded by 25. That's better. Ooh, what happened up here? Why did that happen? Gross. Oh my god. Woo! Sorry, I panicked and I dropped my stylus. There we go. Oh, and I missed this spot here. I'll just manually add that one in. I do want to have the same detailing on his eyes that I had for the fleet emote. Just because I think it's cute. This is why I draw the eyes on a separate layer. We'll just have... There we go. And we can do... We'll do this middle one. I might have done these the wrong size. Let's try this again. Because we'll do like that, and then here we can do this bottom bit feels a bit empty. Let me have a look at my own emotes. Do I have... Oh, yeah. We'll use this one as a template. Ah, that's why. I did it differently. Whoops. Okay, start this again. Nice and big. This will make more sense. And then I put, actually they're too big. So it's like a big circle like here. And then this thing on the side. Perfect. I haven't done emotes in such a long time. Ah, there we go. It also looks like there's 3 colors here. Actually, no, there's not. Okay. Give me this middle tone. So we're gonna go 1 on that side, 2 up there. So yeah, 2 up here. I'm gonna make it smaller. 2 up here. 1 on this side. I think it's the top. Top? Yeah. lighter blue. I still think I think I might have just drawn his eyes too long for it to work. That's okay. Put this like there. Cute. I don't know if Hal likes it when I do that detail to the eyes, but I think it's really cute. Alright, we're gonna save this. This is gonna be the point emote. Oh, whoops. Did that wrong? This is point. Sorry, I'm exporting it. I gotta tell Hal that this isn't the emote version because it's not, like, the quality is too high. It needs to be compressed. But I do want to show it to him. And then I'll put the final ones in his Google Drive folder instead. Where is it? Oh, here, point. Not the final emote needs to be compressed to a smaller size. Just wanted to show you. It's perfect. Sorry, I just saw it load into the Discord chat. It's perfect. Alright, we did that one. Let's do an easy one. I know I said let's do an easy one, but this is like my second favorite one of the batch, so we're gonna do this one. I'm working from most favorite to least favorite. There we go. Alright, I need to grab correct brush size. Oh, perfect. I was already on the perfect brush size. Excellent. This one's so silly. I love this one. Oh my goodness. Please. Okay, that's fine. We can work with this. Okay. Clip Studio just needed a minute. My PC's a little old. Oh my god, please. Just get this curve. Alright, there. That'll do. It's a little bit wonky at the top, but we can fix that. No one will know. The image is going to be compressed anyway. No one will know. Perfect. My tea cool enough? I really want my tea to be cool enough. Please, let me drink my tea. Oh, it's the perfect kind of hot where it doesn't burn your tongue or the inside of your mouth, but it like instantly heats up all of your insides. It's like the perfect temperature right now. I'm gonna close the lid. I want to keep it at that perfect temperature. nice, 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 nice. It's the face. It's the face. It's so cute. I love this little guy. He's just a little guy. Little guy with a knife, but still, just a little guy. I told him that I was gonna do really quick concept sketches and not actual sketches, but I'm kind of glad that I did actual sketches for most of these emotes because they're pretty clean, and now I can just hop straight into doing the line art for them. Got one more. Alright, that's the end of the braid, but I think I'm gonna draw his silly little thumb first. There we go, and then we can draw the end of his braid like this. Very cute. I don't think you'll see it, but I just want to add the detail in. You'll see his little, the little clips that he has on the end of his sleeves. I don't know what they're called. I just call them little clips. There we go. Alright, I'm not gonna draw this line yet. I think I'd rather have that displayed in the shading than the line art, but I'm not certain. I might change my mind later. This is gonna come upwards because that's where his shoulder is. I can't giggle every time I look at his face. It's unprofessional. But just, oh my lord. I hate when I get commissioned to draw stuff for people and the result is so good. Because then my thought process is, this is perfect. I could totally turn this into a yacha. But then it's like, Silv, that's so disrespectful to turn something that you were paid to make for someone else into a yacha, because that makes the commission that you made for them not as original. Like, you can't do that. And I'm like, but cute guy holding a knife. And it's like, no. No yacha. I can make my own version of it for my channel, but I can't make it a yacha. It's disrespectful. If it was like a skeb, then whatever, it'd be different. Actually, it might be different because this wasn't Hal's idea for this emote, it was my idea. I might ask him. Maybe I'll ask him about the laugh pointy one as well. I think that would also be a really fun yacha. I just really like those ideas and I want to do them more. I think that's all it is. I don't think I've heard yacha ever said out loud before. Well, a lot of people will say YCH or your character here, but at least in the early DeviantArt days, I heard a lot of people pronounce it yacha. I don't know why it's pronounced like that. It's just less syllables for me to say than YCH or your character here. It's only 2 syllables. And you know what they say about Aussies? We can and will abbreviate literally everything. Oh, that's some good tea. But still, wouldn't this make a perfect your character here? I think this would make a perfect your character here. I honestly think it has more charm with the messy line art. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of the charm once it's clean and colored, but hopefully we don't. I miss DeviantArt, actually. The scrunkly adds to this, to the so over this vibe. I feel like it does. I always hate when you have a piece that looks better in sketch than it does in line and color. Because you get really excited about an idea and you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to finish this. And then you finish it and you're like, well great. All of the charm is gone. That being said, even if we did upload a scrunkly version of it as the final emote, it would be compressed so much that you would miss a lot of the scrunkly details anyway. I think it's also the fact that I'm not using my textured brush. There's a brush texture that I use for all of my work. It's called the Real G Pen. It's just really basic. But as you can see, it's got a bit of grit and a bit of texture to it. But when I'm doing emotes, I don't use that pen. I use a smooth pen for emotes. I feel like if we cleaned it up, but we still had some of the texture in the line art, then maybe it would, like, you wouldn't lose that much of it. Still need to find a pen I like in Procreate. I switch up between a lot of them. I think my go-to for the longest time used to be Tinderbox. What brush am I using right now? The brush I used to sketch out these emotes, because I sketch these emotes out on my iPad. The brush I used for this is... just the standard syrup pen. For sketching. I really like Tinderbox because Tinderbox has a very similar texture to the Real G Pen. I do also like Mercury, but I don't like the watercolor type vibe that it puts on the outside of the line art, just because I don't know how to effectively use that. If it was at 100% opacity, I might use it. There's a marker. It's in the marker category that I really like doing my sketches with, but I can't remember which one it is. Where are the markers? Airbrushing, abstract, material. Where are the markers? I can't find where my markers are. Is it in artistic? No. It can't be. It can't be in inking because it's a marker. Is it? No, it's not the studio pen. Oh, here, marker roll. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. I really like sketching with marker roll. Mostly because 99% of the artwork that I do on my iPad, I don't finish. I mostly just sketch on here. But with the marker roll pen, it's really, really nice because it's got so much smoothing, I think is called. So if I want to leave something sketchy, even the sketch is still like pretty clean, you know what I mean? There was another one. I'm playing around on I'm playing around on Procreate now because there's another one that I really like sketching with that I can't remember the name of. It's been so long since I've like done anything proper on my iPad. Ew, that looks weird. I don't like that one. I can't find it. That's okay. I can't find it, but there's a really nice marker pen that I really like doing my sketch work with. It's like got a slight dim in its opacity as well, and it's like one of those ones where on one side it's really thick, but then on the other side it's really thin. I went through a little bit of a thing recently when I was drawing on Procreate. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try and use a different brush, like for my sketches. That way I can at least experiment with the other brushes in the program. But the problem with that is I was changing which pencil, like which pen I was sketching with all the time, and I didn't remember the names of the ones that I liked. So I guess I have to do the whole process again. No wonder I didn't recognize any of these. There's a modern library and a classic library. Is there? For pens? I'm grabbing my iPad again. I think I only have one pen library. Oh no, classic library. How do I switch to the modern library? Back to libraries? What? What is this? Procreate library? What is this? Platypus? Oh, that looks nice. Oh, I might start sketching in platypus. That looks nice. What is this? Why didn't I know about this? Markers. Maybe the marker that I sketch with is in here. Sleepyhead? It can't be Sleepyhead. I'd remember that. No, it's not Sleepyhead. I don't recognize any of these. Is it Westaway? I don't know. I don't recognize any of them. I didn't know that there were two pen libraries. I wonder how long that's been a feature that I haven't been using. Whoops. I also downloaded a bunch of new pens for Clip Studio Paint because I was like, man, I'm kind of getting tired of using the real G pen. I like the texture, but I want something... I've been saying it on stream a bunch. I want something that'll be able to naturally give me the line variation that I like to draw without me effectively having to draw my line art like 3 times to get it looking how I want. So I experimented with a bunch of pens. I still haven't found anything that has the effect that I want, so I'm still using the G pen. But hopefully I find something soon. Because I really like doing my line variation art, but especially now with my wrist pain flaring up again. I keep saying wrist. With my elbow pain flaring up again, it's just not feasible for me to make art like that consistently anymore. It's too painful. This is... Wait, hang on. I gotta put his elbow in here first. Like that. And then that's his, like, shoulder. This is the shoulder bit. Let me get one of these. There we go. Alright, I think we just gotta draw his face. I remember I got pens from an artist I liked, and I wondered where the hell they went. Are they in the other section that you just found? Ooh, hang on. That's... Oh my god. This one's way bigger than this one, so I'm just gonna make this one bigger. There we go. I've actually never bought pens, other pens from other artists. I've gotten free pens before. I have these really nice free pens on Procreate. I think I have a different set on Clip Studio that has the same effect. I don't remember. But I definitely have them on Procreate. And they kind of like mimic the type of like hatching and the paintbrush styles of Flipnote Studio. Because I'm always going to be nostalgic for Flipnote Studio. I haven't used them for any legitimate artwork, but if you guys have seen the like dots, like the dot hatching that I put on some of my work, not here, on some of them, I don't have an open piece, but that's the Clip Studio, that's the Flipnote Hatena like brush set. I really like and miss Flipnote. That's where I learnt to animate, actually. I don't like that. That was gross. Never do that again. There we go. Much better. Alright, just like before, I'm gonna put the eyes on a separate layer, but everything else here can kind of just stay. Alright, I don't think we lost too much of the charm. I think it's still pretty alright. What I might do is I might just flip the mouth around. Is this the only thing on this layer? No, it's not. There we go. And then for the eyes, I might just use the circle tool. Because the shape of the eyes, I mean, in the sketch they're more ovally, but that's because I just drew them myself in the sketch. And I put them on a separate layer because I'm gonna like color them in. Actually, wait. Do it this way. Okay. They can be black for now. Just that we can get the idea across. Yeah, I don't think we lost too much of it. I think we're still rolling. It was pretty cute. I am gonna turn on the light because it's getting really dark in here. I forget that it gets dark at like 3:30. Ooh. What was that? I'm so sorry. When I got up, my mommy thick hips caught onto my graphics tablet because my tablet slightly hangs off my desk a little bit. That way I can have my legs outstretched underneath the desk. And I got up and yeah, my hip caught the side of the graphics tablet, lifted it and slammed it back down on the desk. I'm so sorry. Alright, back to business. I've got to figure out when Hal and I are doing our next collab. We want to play mixtape, but because there's like the soundtrack is all copyrighted music, we want to have a bot set up so that chat can pick the mixtape. As long as the songs that chat picks are copyright free, of course. But yeah, because we've heard a lot of stuff about mixtape. And based on, okay, as someone who hasn't played the game yet, but has watched someone play the game to see what all the fuss was about, I do have opinions. I genuinely believe the only reason this game is getting as heavily lambasted as it is because it was an industry plant. And like, because it got so many 10 out of 10s for being the kind of game that it was. And the reason I feel that way is because of Dispatch, actually. Dispatch has a lot of the same issues that Mixtape does. The biggest one that I can think of is that if you don't want to, you don't have to play Dispatch, in the sense that you cannot put a single input in the entire game and the game will still play. Like, you won't gain or lose anything, the game plays no matter what. And that's something that Mixtape is getting bashed on a lot for. Like, a lot. And it was something that people critiqued about Dispatch, but not nearly as much, right? And Dispatch didn't get an awful lot of press. Dispatch, a lot of people were saying that Dispatch was their game of the year last year. And obviously the writing of Dispatch is way better. I will say that. The writing, from what I've seen of Mixtape, is like abhorrently bad. It's like some of the worst writing for a game like it that I think I've ever seen. But like, genuinely, I think the only reason it's getting bashed this bad is because of all the 10 out of 10s. If it didn't get all of the 10 out of 10s that it got, and it came out kind of the same way that Dispatch did, I don't think anybody would be talking about Mixtape. I don't think it's big enough for anyone to be talking about. So I'm really curious to see if that opinion still holds after we play the game. Still, again, just to repeat myself, some of the worst writing for a coming-of-age story I think I've ever seen. Like, oh my goodness. Alright, let's clean up all these little gaps. Perfect. Oh wait, I completely forgot. Hang on. He has his white streak like right here. I completely forgot about this one. There we go. What time is it? I think I'm debating if we like move over to a game after I finish this emote or if I start a third one. I think once this emote's done, we're gonna switch over to Fire Emblem. I had to think about that for a second. Fire Emblem's getting stressful. Not because it's like, well, I mean it is kind of hard, but just because I'm not ready for it. I said I was gonna do the dungeon off stream and like kind of explore it a little bit, but I didn't. So we're gonna do that today. We need to level up some peeps. I don't want to make it too complex. I say as I've only just started. I know I want to do some fun shading for the knife to bring that little indent that we didn't draw in. But we'll get there when we get there. Let's do... The shadows are always going to be more intense than the highlights. I always do like heaps of shadow and then like very minimal highlight. And then I feel bad and then I try and force more highlight into the piece even though it doesn't need it. Can I grab this? I want to grab this. It's close enough. Oh yeah, Hal and I started watching Regular Show the other day. Oh my god, he's got a knife! You should see the other emote that we drew today. This is my favorite emote. I am so scared for this emote because a lot of Hal's audience and my audience overlap, so I know this emote's gonna be used against me. But I'm so excited. It's so good. I love it. Thank you. Lost Tapes or the OG? The OG, because I've seen the OG, but Hal never has. So we're going through the original. And it's really, like, I love Regular Show a lot. I loved it as a kid. And even as an adult now, I still love it. But I can't help but go through the same process every time we sit down to watch the show. My thought process is always, man, this show is really good. Huh, you can tell J.G. Quintel wanted to make an adult animated series. I really hope he gets to make an adult Regular Show. I want adult Regular Show so bad. Oh wait, there was adult Regular Show. We had Close Enough. That was such a good show. I love Close Enough. Damn, Close Enough got cancelled after its second season. I want more Close Enough. I want more adult Regular Show. And I go through that process of grief literally every time we sit down to watch Regular Show. I think Regular Show would work best with an adult audience in mind, and it makes me so upset that Close Enough got cancelled after its second season, but then they bring back Regular Show with the Lost Tapes. Like, I haven't seen the Lost Tapes, so they may be absolutely fucking fire, but I don't think we needed more Regular Show. Regular Show ended so perfectly, we didn't need more of it. Oh my god, hi, Pet Bug and T-Bear. How you do? Oh my god, Hi guys. How you doing? Let's start that again. Hey everybody. How are we all? How are the vibes? How we doing? I'm making some emotes for Hal because Hal really wants new emotes and he didn't know what he wanted, so I picked some for him. This is one of them. I'm very happy with this one. There's more Regular Show, agreed, but interesting. Yeah, Regular Show ended on the perfect note, so I'm kind of on the back foot. I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch the Lost Tapes. I am gonna watch the Lost Tapes, but I would have preferred if Close Enough got more seasons. I would have preferred that over getting more regular show. Made a human chicken coop? What were you doing? What were you doing? Also, Cookie with the 3 stream streak. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. It's always so weird seeing the streaks. Like, it's a good weird, but it's like, oh my god, people like me so much. But yeah. I'm enjoying rewatching regular show with Hal, but ow. Yeah, bring me back down. I enjoy watching regular show with Hal a lot. But I do go through that every single time we watch it. I'm just like, man, I want more Close Enough. Watching regular show makes me want Close Enough again. I only like your cookies. It's the only reason is the cookie jar, right? Oh yeah, of course. Chat only wants me for my cookies. We'll have to show off the stream streak next stream. Oh no, I'm getting scared. Oh no. But who knows? Maybe the Lost Tapes will be good. Maybe the Lost Tapes will be like, what was Adventure Time? It was like the BMO episode and the Obsidian episode, and what did they do? Did they also had their own version of the Lost Tapes? It wasn't called Lost Tapes, it was something else. But maybe regular show The Lost Tapes will be like this to like what Adventure Time did. Maybe it'll be fantastic. It's just, I don't remember. I wasn't super into Adventure Time. I don't know how Adventure Time ended, but I like all of the post main show stuff a lot more than base regular show. Not regular show, Adventure Time. All the stuff that came out after Adventure Time ended, I enjoyed more than actually watching Adventure Time. So maybe the Lost Tapes will be like that, but I'm doubtful. I'm a cynical fan, chat. I've had a lot of bad things happen to franchises I love. So when new stuff comes out after being done for like almost 10 years, my immediate response is, oh no. Isn't you watching regular show close enough? No, it's not. It's not. I appreciate the joke, but it's really not, because regular show, it just isn't allowed to take the same risks that Close Enough did. Chat, we should watch Close Enough together. Really good show. I'm really upset. I'm getting upset all over again that it's gone. But what season are we up to? I think we started season 3. I think we've started season 3. We've definitely seen Mordecai fumble with Margaret a couple of times. But we haven't met CJ yet. We have met Eileen. And a lot of regular show hasn't been spoiled for Hal, but he did get spoiled in the fact that Rigby and Eileen, like, what happens with them, which made me really upset because watching their whole thing unfold was one of the best parts of regular show for me. Like, just the character arc that Rigby goes through is actually so fucking fantastic. Rigby and Eileen is just really well written. Exactly. What I really like is that J.G. Quintel has said a lot that Mordecai very much reminds him of his younger self. Like, he voices Mordecai. He used to go by Mordecai online. Mordecai went to art school the same way Quintel did. Like, Mordecai is, in one way or another, a representation of Quintel. And I think it's really cool that Mordecai just overall is not that great of a dude. Like, it ends up being a lot of a self-critique almost. Like, as a little kid watching the early seasons, you would say that you were a Mordecai. Being compared to Rigby was just an insult back then. But nowadays, seeing how the series finished, how Mordecai and Rigby changed or didn't change as the show went on, like, oh my god, dude. Rigby's kind of fucking awesome. I also saw an interview that Quintel did a while ago where apparently Rigby's name originally was gonna be Ricky. And he was talking to his wife, and his wife was like, oh yeah, did you end up like figuring out a name for him yet? And he goes, yeah, I'm gonna name him Ricky. And his wife like completely misheard him, and she goes, oh, Rigby, that's a nice name. And he was like, nah, fuck it, his name's Rigby now, that's way better. We'll go this way. Bump the saturation, debuff the luminosity. I'm just trying to find a tone that works best for most of the piece. And then I can edit stuff that doesn't quite work. So this works for the jacket, the skin tone, and like the whites as well. But the blues and like the shading on the belt or like the buckles, I would need to change that. Let's grab the same blue that we used last time because I like that blue. Sorry. My vocal cords don't like that I was talking so long about regular show. But it was just really good. I really like that program. It's a good program. I'm just also really excited that I get to be the one to show it to Hal, you know what I mean? Usually Hal has already seen most of the stuff that I have watched as a kid or that I want to watch. And it's really nice to have something where he's like, oh, never seen that, wanted to. Like, excellent, we're doing it right now. I also saw, I have no idea if this is true, but I saw, like, allegations that, Cartoon Network is using Gen AI in the new episodes. I have no idea if that's true or not. You know what? I think I've also just decided that I'm just gonna copy all of the shading that I had on the old one, because I don't like this skin tone either. I like this one. It brings a little bit of life into his skin. The other one's too desaturated. He looks dead. Any vocal stems? Usually, it's just the classic, like, But, like, to be fair, Hal was doing that long before he watched regular show, so I don't know where he got that from. Literally anything Benson says is fucking iconic. I love Benson. Pops was my favorite when I was a kid, but I would say he still is. But Benson, I love that guy. Benson's too good for this world. Okay, it's kind of the same shade of red, but not really. I'm gonna just delete this and use the colors that we already have. It takes longer, but it'll look nicer. I'm trying to think of one that, like, really stuck with us. Oh, he started doing Rigby's yeah. That was a good one. I like that one. It's kind of annoying, but like in a funny type way. Anytime either of us, actually I've started doing it. Hal hasn't yet. But anytime one of us makes a mistake or like fumbles, I'll turn around and like, dude, you're ruining my chance to impress Margaret. Margaret's watching right now. Just to make fun of Mordecai being an absolute fucking simp. We watched the time travel episode. Or like the one where like Mordecai's jealous because Rigby can make Margaret laugh. And I was like, oh, this is a good one. And then we got to the part where Rigby fucking dies and Hal's just like, what? And I turned to him and I was like, yeah, this is Rigby's voice actor's favorite type of episode. The episode where Rigby does dumb shit and then dies. And it's so good. And then I think we had 2 Rigby does something stupid and dies episodes like back to back. It was insane. I remember thinking Benson needed to fucking chill when I was a kid, but now all I can think of is same, dude, same. When I was a kid, I thought like Benson needed to chill. Like, I thought Benson was valid, but I thought, yeah, he kind of needed to chill. But now, as an adult, Benson actually is pretty chill. The unfortunate thing is that when he decides to be chill, and he decides to, like, you know, be nice to them, it just so happens to overlap with when they do dumb shit. You know what I mean? He'll be like, okay, I trust you guys. I trust you guys to do the right thing. You guys wouldn't lead me astray. I'm putting my faith in you. And then they do something fucking dumb. You know? It's just the timing is really unfortunate, and I feel bad for Benson because of that, because he keeps trying to give them chances. And it's just really unfortunate. I also really like the Benson episodes where he's like the main focus. We recently watched the hockey one, you know, the hockey tables. I forget what it's called, stick hockey or something. We watched that episode recently, and then that was a really good one because Benson genuinely did fuck up that time. He didn't even give them a chance to finish their work, but he pulled through. He pulled through. Fuck, is Benson our generation's Squidward? No. Squidward is a lot more exaggerated than Benson is, in my opinion. Squidward is like keep in mind, this is coming from someone who hasn't watched a lot of SpongeBob. This is just my opinion based on like the very, very few things I've seen. He is an artist who refuses to kind of acknowledge his own flaws and understand that he might be part of the problem or part of the reason why he isn't getting where he wants to get in life. And he might try, but he doesn't quite like understand, and he ends up taking that out on other people, and he's really frustrated with SpongeBob because SpongeBob's happy just being where he is. And Squidward's not happy being where he is, and that's kind of where I get that. Benson's just a guy trying to do his job, you know? Plus, like, Benson's kind of chill. Benson's kind of chill. Like I said, he has a lot of moments where he actually pulls through quite a lot. And honestly, the fact that he hasn't fired Mordecai and Rigby is probably like his biggest character, like it's just the biggest testament of how nice of a dude he actually is. Not only has he not fired them, he invites them out to like the team bonding stuff that he plans with everybody else. It's like they're just a bunch of slackers that live in the house, don't do their work. have multiple cases of like destruction of property for the park against them, and he's still like, yeah, we're gonna go do like team bonding bowling, you wanna come? That drum episode made me like him a lot. Are you talking about the one with the catchy song? Where like they had to come up with their own catchy song to get rid of the other one? Because we recently saw that one too. Yeah, that's the one. I think even Hal was like, damn, Benson's based for that. And I'm like, yeah, he is. I'm surprised how much of this show I actually have seen, because there's 7 seasons. And I didn't, like, it aired on, like, cable TV, and we didn't have cable TV. We were like, kind of poor kids. I say it a lot on stream. We were poor kids. So the only time we got to watch regular show were like the reruns that were allowed to air on public TV. So I didn't know how much of that show that I'd seen, but I've seen the entirety of season 1 and 2 and probably the entirety of season 3. I don't know yet because we haven't like gotten that far. But I'm surprised how much of this show I have seen. I did also see the movie, and I've seen the finale. They were allowed on public TV over there. So what would happen is you had cable TV, which would run fresh episodes as they came out. And then once those episodes were kind of old and a little bit stale, what would happen is the public network would buy the rights to air them on the public, like, thing. But they would never allow the newest episodes to be aired. You would only get, like, the old episodes. They would, like, give the licensing to put on public TV. Which is why I'm kind of interested in getting to the newer episodes, because I don't know how much of the newer episodes I've seen, because I didn't have cable. I've definitely seen the finale. I know that much. But yeah, I saw a lot of weird shows because of that. We got a lot of like Canadian TV on ABC3. I don't know if there's any fellow Australians in the chat who remember ABC3. There was a brief period where it was called ABC Me, but that was really cringe. You'd get shit like Detention Air. Detention Air is the only one that's coming to mind right now, because I actually kind of liked Detention Air as a kid. It was probably the least weird Canadian show I've seen. I got Canadian stuff as well, yeah. There's a good reason all of that stuff exists. I believe it's like a government bill type thing, where like the TV stations are allowed to import television, but under the condition that at least 50% of the network that they air is made in Canada. And the government also has a bunch of funding for people who want to make shows that are based in Canada for like that whole program. So the reason why there's a bunch of Canadian cartoons is actually really good. I really like that government protocol, and I kind of wish that there was something like that in Australia. Just to kind of promote Australian creatives a bit more. But because over like a minimum of 50% of the network had to be Canadian like TV shows, the standard for what was allowed to be made was a lot lower. And that's where you get a lot of the weird stuff. You know what I mean? I actually didn't know for the longest time that Total Drama was Canadian. I had no idea that it was Canadian. Not only is it Canadian, but in America and Australia as well, it was censored. For a couple of reasons, but there's one scene in particular that I'm sure everyone who's watched Total Drama knows about. It had to do with Heather and like a ski. Not a ski, like a jet ski type thing. Ever saw Jane and the Dragon? Yes. Yes. I can hear the theme song in my head right now. That was one of the ones on ABC3. Trying to think of what other shows I watched as a kid that I know are Canadian. I don't remember. Oh, I watched 16. That was a good one. The one that I really liked though was Stoked. Has anyone in the chat heard of Stoked? I tried to watch it again as an adult and a lot of the charm is gone, but there were episodes where it was like, ooh, I like this a lot. And it was usually the drama and relationship episodes, because there was one guy named Reef who, like, thought he was hot shit as, like, a surfboard guy. And there was a girl, I forgot her name, I'll call her Coral, but that was not her name. And they would kind of, like, butt heads a lot because she thought Reef was, like, a sexist pig. And she was, like, better at surfing than him. And they kind of, like, fell in love. But then there was also this rich girl who was, like, forced to work at the hotel because she ran through all of her dad's money and destroyed their penthouse. And she also fell for Reef because he was, like, the himbo delinquent type guy. And, like, there was a whole bunch of relationship drama there because the two girls were friends, but they both liked Reef. And they were like, what do we do? I like that type of shit. I think I did watch this, but I don't remember anything. Oh, it was so good. As a kid, it was the coolest shit ever. Again, I tried to watch it as an adult, and I'm like, a lot of its charm is kind of gone now, unfortunately. But yeah, I really enjoyed Stoked as a kid. That was a good one. Alright, I think this is fine. With the exception being the knife. I'm gonna edit the knife a little bit. Oops. Like that. And then also what I want to do is I want to draw it on a separate layer, but I want to have the thinnest bit of light here. Well, actually, no, not even light. We'll do like an even darker color than this. Maybe like this. I love the way you're rendering. Oh, thank you. I render my emotes quite differently to how I render my other pieces, but I've been trying to render my actual pieces in this like emote style because it doesn't take as much effort. And it's a lot less strenuous on my hand. I don't quite like that. I think I know what I want to do though. It's a little bit extra, but I think I know what I want to do with this. Turn off this. Alright, fine. Give me this color then. There we go. Ah. I don't even know if this will look good. I just want to have some type of unique rendering for the knife. I could try and render it the same way I do his buckles. I don't think that would work. I can turn that up now. Alright, I think what we could do is put these together. And just... Alright, hang on. I just want to turn the opacity down, but I kinda can't right now, because this is here. I don't know. I have my easy chibi style and the full-blown rendering. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you kind of need to have multiple styles. The baby episode of 16 was creepy. I don't remember the baby episode of 16. The only episode of 16 I remember is when the guy got a job with the optometrist and he like lied about everyone's vision so that they would buy more glasses. How this frays out, so we're gonna kind of reel it in a little like that. I also really like putting this thick line art around on the outside. One, because it gives it a lot of nice definition, and two, now the emote kind of feels like a sticker. I don't know what it is, but putting thick line art on the outside of a drawing to me is like, oh, that's a sticker. And I think it's really cool, and I like it. There was some booth that would show what their kid would look like, and one of the characters' babies looked ugly until she took a pic with the more security guy. Oh no! We don't want ugly babies. Definitely do, especially for your own sanity. I wouldn't have the headspace to always spend many hours on one thing. Exactly. Exactly. For me, it's like part headspace, part like physical capability, you know? I spent a lot of time last year doing a lot of, not a lot of, but I did like a decent amount of fully rendered pieces. This is what my full renders look like. One second. And like the reason it takes so much time isn't even just the rendering. It's because I basically do the line art 3 times to get my line variation. Right? I do the static line art, and then I do another set of lines to do the gap, and then I basically like fill in the gap between the 2 sets of line art. So I effectively do it 3 times on top of like all the rendering that I do. And I really like it, but oh my god, it is a nightmare on my wrist. So I've been trying to melt my emote render style into this. You can see some of the diamonds and the circles that I do for my emotes are in this piece. But yeah. Totally see how much, yeah, it's war. It's war. Which is why, like, I really like the line variation. I think it really makes the artwork feel more alive. But I also really like this sticker type, where it's just static line art with like a tiny bit of a thick border. I don't know why I call it static line art. That's most definitely not the term for it. I think the reason I call it that is because my varied liner looks, to me, makes the piece feel more alive. But I don't know. I know static line art is not what you call this. I just don't know what you call this. Alright, there we go. There's his second. Oh no, wait, not yet. I've got to do his eyes. I want to do his eyes the same way I do my silly... Let me do it for you. Oh, where is it? I don't know where it went. The fuck? Oh, here. I want to do the eyes the same way I do these ones. Those silly, like, do it for you. So we're gonna grab... We have so many emotes left to do. We're gonna grab... this. His eyes are naturally pretty light, so I don't think it's a good idea to use this color. Like this. I think this color will be the inside color. So we're gonna go just a little bit darker just so that it stands out against the rest of the emote. Maybe even like just straight up close to black. Not black, but really close to it. And then we can grab his actual eye color. There we go. I'm drawing them all on individual layers so I can size and resize however we want. There we go. Honestly, it might be best to just keep the eyes dark. It blends into the hair too much. Maybe like this. Oh, I like that. Okay, yeah. We'll go like this. I don't want to keep them black, but I think that's fair. Now I can merge these. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of all this on that side because I'll just copy paste the eye over. It won't be readable because it is just an emote, but I am gonna put the little, just a little in there. Alright, and now I can put this whole thing over here. There we go. He's got big, beautiful blue orbs. I found my fushigi? What's a fushigi? I don't know what that is. Alright, I'm gonna save this. No, not like that. Clip. There we go, and now I'm gonna save it as a PNG. I think the eyes the eyes go crazy on this. I think, okay, I was like, I think we lost some of the charm with the sketch, and then I put the eyes in, and I'm like, nah, this is great. No, you don't know, the shit went crazy. What's a fushigi? Wait, hang on. What's a fushigi? Oh, these things. Oh no, I do know what this is. I just didn't know what it was called. The little ball? I think Howlers actually showed me videos of people doing tricks with these things. You know why I probably forgot about it? It's probably a toy that I wanted as a kid and I couldn't get because we were poor, and so I just forgot about it. We have the Chinese, I forget what they're called, the two balls that they shuffle in their hands. We've got some of those. I got some from my grandparents' place. Alright, I'm sending Hal the knife emote. Oh, chat. Which one's... Okay, wait. Out of the two... The Zen balls, that's the one. Out of the two emotes that we've made for Hal today, which one's better? Do we like the knife? The blue orbs with the knife? Or do we like the laugh and the point? I honestly can't pick. I think they're both really good. It's the eyes. It's the eyes on the knife one that does it for me. I think they're both awesome. Alright, I'm gonna close these. We don't need these. We have 3 emotes left. We've got this one. We've got this one. This one will probably take the longest because this isn't a final sketch. I need to re-sketch this and like kind of... I don't know if reformat is the right one, but you know, it needs to be done. And then we've got this one. This one's ready to go. I just need to outline and color this one. Same with this one. I'm proferial to the point because I will be using that against you, Ace. I need to have one on my stream. I think the laugh and the point for Hal goes perfect with my crying emote. God, I love drawing this man. It's partially because I helped bring the design to life in the first place, but God, I love drawing this man. Alright, I'm not going to draw any more of them. I would really like to, but I think it's Fire Emblem time. I'm just getting them ready. And then we'll most likely get back to it on Friday. Because I don't think I'll be working on them tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be working on some stuff for my own stream. Maybe. I might also rest like I'm supposed to. Make sure this saves correctly. There we go. Those 2 that we made today should be ready to use for Hal's next stream, honestly. I should be able to reformat them and have them ready for his next stream. Waiting. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Oh, Nemi chilled the fuck out, chat, by the way. He's sleeping. He's sleeping next to me. He's having a little honk shoe. Did you or are you planning to eat dinner? I should do that. I didn't even... truth be told, chat. I didn't even have lunch before the stream. I had a late breakfast. I ate breakfast at like 10 o'clock and I was like, yeah, that's good. I'm not gonna have lunch before the stream. So I should probably have some dinner. It's okay. I've got 2 slices of dairy-free pizza with my name on it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw you guys... Hey Google, how do I ban a streamer from the chat? No, don't do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw you guys onto the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to get everything ready for Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem is realistically a game that I could eat pizza while playing. So we'll get everything ready and then I will heat up my pizza, because I heat up my pizza in a very weird way. I don't chuck it in the oven or the microwave. I steam my pizza to reheat it. It's only 2 pieces though, so I might need to make something else. But anyway, I will shove you on the be right back screen. And I will be right back. What? Oh, my pizza? So what I do is I turn on the stove and I put a pan on the stove and I put the pizza slices in the pan for a couple of seconds just so that the bottom of them gets crusty. And once the bottom of the pizza is crusty, I put a tiny bit of water into the pan and then I cover the pan completely. And then what happens is the heat turns the water into steam and it cooks the whole pizza. And because I crust the bottom before I put the water in, the water doesn't get absorbed by the pizza either. Chat, it tastes just like a fresh pizza. It tastes just like a fresh pizza. It takes a little more effort, but it's so worth it. It is so fucking worth it. Never heard of that. Interesting. It is the one thing that I learned on TikTok that is actually something that has stuck with me. I don't use TikTok. There was a brief period of time where I was like, oh, I might try TikTok. I might see how I go. And it is the one thing that I got from TikTok that I still use. Sometimes, chat, sometimes steaming the pizza tastes better than when the pizza was fresh. And that sends me through a loop when that happens, because oh my goodness. Describing it as crusty instead of crispy is throwing me through a loop. Chat, I'm hungry. I'm tired, I'm hungry, my knee hurts. Just stop. Don't bully me over this. Alright, I'm gonna chuck you guys on the be right back screen. I'm gonna get my pizza. I'm gonna set you guys up for Fire Emblem. And we'll be right back. Let me make sure this closes. Wait, what do you mean save changes? Oh, okay. Now it should close just fine. Perfect. Alright, I will see you in 10 minutes? Well, let's say 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes. I'll be back. I also realized I was muted that entire time. I am so sorry. I'm back. I've been back. I was saying I've got 2 slices of pizza, but I don't think 2 slices of pizza is gonna be enough because I'm not very hungry, but I'm more than 2 slices of pizza hungry, so I also have some mashed potatoes. I also went ahead and, turn this lo-fi music off now. I also went ahead and got my weighted blanket. I love my weighted blanket. It's so nice. And I also had a bathroom break. So I did a lot. I did a lot in the past. How long has it been? Has it been 10 minutes?